everyone, and welcome to another day in 2025 paradise. It is currently 9 o'clock in the morning, so good morning, everyone. We just got Lachlan down for his nap. Now we are preparing to get out on the spooky town and go Halloween decor hunting. I need to go put my lips on. I need to get dressed. There's still a couple things I need to do, so we're gonna go do that. And it's supposed to be freaking hot today, everybody. It's supposed to be bad. And then apparently it's supposed to cool off a little bit, but I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. Either way, it is always October in my house. So I'm currently wearing a sweatshirt and enjoying the nice October breeze indoors because it's freaking summer outside, everybody. Anyways, I figure we pick out a little spooky outfit together, do a little spooky outfit of the day. And then I'm going to put some lipstick on, maybe some earrings. I don't know yet. We'll see where the spooky wind blows us. But I figure we pick out a spooky outfit, do a quick outfit of the day, and then meet good old Mr. Skeleton in the car. So let's go pick out our outfit. Let's go. Oh, Lord. Do I need another cup of cold brew is the question. The answer is always yes. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking for my outfit of the day since it's supposed to be super hot today. I was thinking just a classic t-shirt jorts kind of situation. So of course had to go with a spooky t-shirt, just a good old Blair Witch t-shirt. Then some jorts, these kind of grayish, blackish wash jorts. And then for bra, I don't know what I'm doing for bras today, y'all. I've got my two favorites that I wear every single day. My Skims Fits Everybody t-shirt bra and my Skims Fits Everybody racerback bralette. This video is sponsored by Skims, by the way. These two are my absolute favorites and both are super comfortable. The fabrics are amazing. They're stretchy. They're supportive. But do I want to go with, a t-shirt bra? It's in the name, t-shirt, and I'm wearing, hello, a t-shirt. So I almost want to go with a t-shirt bra, but then the racerback bralette draws me in every single time because it's so good. It's my tried and true, wear it every single day. It's so comfortable, but I don't know. Okay, let's get dressed. We'll meet in the green bathroom. We'll reconvene. I'll be right back. So here's my outfit of the day, a little summer situation. Got my Blair Witch shirt going on, jorts, my jean shorts. And I decided on the Skims Fits Everybody t-shirt bra today to give me a little bit of shape, like a little bit of a molded cup situation, just a little lining. Nothing too fancy, but just enough to keep the ghouls from wilting since the rest of us will be. So I found my new favorite bras that I wear every single day with Skims. They have followed me through all of the things. Before I had kids, when I was pregnant, postpartum, now postpartum, where things are not quite where they used to be. All of these pieces seem to fit my body in all walks of life, but I love them so much. If you've tried Skims, let me know your favorite products down in the comments. Anyway, you can click the link down in my description box to check out my favorite bras and underwear at skims.com. And then after you've placed your order, make sure you let them know I sent you. You can select YouTube in the survey and be sure to select my channel in the drop-down menu that follows. So we did a quick outfit of the day. Wait, did I show my earrings, my lipstick? Got a low little messy bun going on because I am not making the same mistake as last week where I went out with my long hair. We were out there in front of World Market fighting for our lives, everybody. It was so hot. Anyways, we're gonna go meet good old Mr. Skeleton in the car. We're gonna head out and it is time to go Halloween hunting. Let's go, everybody. Here we go. Hey everyone, it is another day Halloween decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Skeleton. It is gonna be another hot one today, everybody. Today, I'm just getting out early so we can hopefully beat the heat. I'm gonna go to Michael's and then I'm gonna run over to the TJ Maxx HomeGoods hybrid. Then we might run to another HomeGoods, we might not. I don't know what I'm doing today. We'll see where the spooky wind blows as it's one of those days. So anyways, while we're cruising to pay the Elder Wasp a little visit, while we're cruising, I figured we'd have a little chat. So in the last Halloween decor hunting video, we went to Kirkland's and I mentioned this ghost painting thing, this ghost picture, and how amazing it was in person and all this stuff. And I don't know what it was. I guess it wasn't showing up in my algorithm because everything that was showing up in my algorithm was pretty much that ghost mirror, the Martha Stewart ghost mirror was showing up, like people searching for it, just the ghost mirror in general. That was filling all of my algorithms. And that's what everyone was kind of talking about. Anyways, as soon as I saw that picture, as soon as I searched for it on the interwebs, it started showing up all over my algorithms. And apparently it's some viral picture thing. Like, it's a wall decor piece or whatever it is. This ghost thing that has a candle that lights up. It's apparently some viral thing that I had no idea. Between this ghost mirror and this ghost painting, I've pretty much faced the fact that I'm not going to see or probably get my hands on either. It is still early in the season, so there's a chance. But the fact that so many people, when it comes to ghosts, it's not as specific as some other items like vintage or pink or whatever, or gothic items. I feel like sometimes gothic items, not everybody is searching for those types of all year round dark decor or gothic decor. Not everyone wants a good old fashioned gargoyle in their house, you know? But when it comes to ghosts, I feel like ghosts kind of transcend all different themes. Like, it doesn't matter if you're doing a classic Halloween or a ghosty or a dark theme. Ghosts kind of fit into everything. So I feel like, and it also doesn't matter if you're an alternative person or you're not, or you decorate all year round for dark decor, or you just simply decorate for Halloween, or you shop early for Halloween, or you shop later for Halloween. It doesn't matter. I feel like a lot of people really love ghosts. So I've kind of faced the facts that I'm probably not going to see the ghost mirror or this ghost painting unless it comes back in stock and I happen to snag it, which I have the perfect place for it if I do. Anyways, I'm so excited to start decorating. I feel like normally it's the heat of the summer, and I am not like, I usually, over the years, if you know me, you know that I love to decorate on a nice cool fall day, open up the windows, light a candle, and it's amazing. But what ends up happening is I end up scrambling to decorate last minute. So I really don't want to do that. So this year I think I'm just going to crank up the AC, light a candle, like a pumpkin candle, and pretend my windows are open and it's fall, and we're going to make it happen is what we're going to do, because I really want to get my house decorated. I want it to look nice. There's already people waiting in the parking lot at HomeGoods. I mean, I know I'm one of them. Anyways, we're going in to Michael's. Here we go. All right, Mr. Skeleton, we just left Michael's and HomeGoods, and okay, Mr. Skeleton's in a jungle right now. Sorry, sir. Just enjoy the greenery, sir. Okay, first of all, at Michael's, we saw they put out a little bit more of the spooky goods, like their Halloween lines, but only some of it. So they didn't make a whole lot of progress, but they did put out, I don't remember what they're calling it. What is it called? Regency? Haunted Regency or something, I don't know. But it's kind of their haunted house line meets spooky soiree, spooky ballroom kind of vibe. And they had some of their wall decor that said different things like welcome to my haunted home or home sweet haunted home or something like that. And then some other like tabletop decor pieces that said spooky soiree and just various spooky things, haunted things. And they had some skeleton busts that looked all fancy, like they were going to a ball. And like everything was kind of like that. Like fancy dresses, fancy outfits on skeletons, pictures of skeletons in fancy outfits. And they also had this big picture that it was almost like half mirror, half picture, or no, maybe it was see-through, half glass with like a picture over the glass, but it had like a ballroom look. And then they had another picture that had, was it like a skull and a crow and some books that was kind of mirrored in some parts of the picture and not other parts of the picture. And they had some really pretty, like a really pretty wreath and really pretty roses that were gray, like a whole gray color scheme. And what else did they have in this area? Things that would definitely go with my Haunted Manor theme this year on my mantle. So I have my eye on a couple of things. They also had some mossy looking decor, like little toads, and I think there was a little snail. Lots of snails. What's going on with the snails this year? We saw that snail blanket at Burlington, and now this little snail decor piece. They had a couple of Edgar Allan Poe items, a little faux book container thing, and a pillow that said Edgar Allan Poe that it was like a book. You open the cover, and then or maybe it said the Raven. I don't remember what it said on it, but it had Edgar Allan Poe in it for sure. And then another pillow that said Happily Never After. And what else in this area? Some tabletop decor, some wall decor. And then they had a really cool cathedral window looking shelf. This is what I was talking about when we were looking at Halloween. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'd love to see cathedral window stuff, more cathedral stuff. And they gave it to us for Halloween. So they had this planned the whole freaking time and they just didn't tell us. Anyways, so they had this cathedral looking shelf that was really pretty. They had this really cool, almost looks like a fountain thing, like a wall fountain that you would see on some old manor. So cool looking. It wasn't a real fountain, by the way. It didn't have any water or anything. It just kind of looked like one of those fountains, but you could probably put some plants in there or do something with it. That was really cool. It had like a skull on it. And they had a big bow, like a lacy bow. So there's some lace in here and there's some purple like sprinkled in here, like lavenders and deep purples. They also had these little framed floral situations with dried floral in them. They had a couple of those. So some really pretty pieces in here, some definitely all year round dark decor pieces in here. So things that don't just have to be used for Halloween, which I always appreciate. And then the other side that had some of the witchy items last week had a couple things added, some taller pieces, like a taller sign, like big, like tall sign thing. And I think a wreath in here. And they had, or it was some sort of, was it a wreath? Oh yeah, it was a crescent moon looking wreath thing. And then they had a skeleton lamp thing. They had a black cat lamp, and a little mouse figurine guy. That was new. And a couple of tabletop decor pieces that said various things. And so they had a couple of new things in the witchy area, but not a whole lot. And then, they also had some potion bottles, some different potion bottles, but they were kind of to the side. So I don't know if it was part of this line or not, because they also had a black cat, like a scaredy cat looking guy, and some velvet ravens. So some more witchy decor was kind of off to the side. But they did have some new items in here. So I got some visuals. Then at Michael's, the thing I was the most excited about, they had steals of a deal on summer floral. They had 70% off summer floral. And I saw this garland, this fern garland. And I know ferns are summery, but I feel like ferns are also kind of witchy. Like they go with any sort of witchy vibe. They had this garland that was normally $30 for $9. That's a steal of a deal. And it was big, long garland. So I was thinking for my witchy table, maybe sprinkling in some ferns, like a fern, what am I thinking? Garland? I almost said mantle. I don't know. I'm not putting a mantle on my dining room table, everybody. But a fern garland in the centerpiece area of my witchy table to add some green. Anyways, then they also had a bunch of these little things, these little bunches of different things. 99 cents, which is basically the same price as, actually cheaper than the Dollar Tree, which is now $1.25. So I got it for cheaper than the Dollar Tree because they were on sale for 99 cents. A bunch of this fall floral stuff for my mystical magical harvest table that I'm doing after Halloween. So I can mix in with my pumpkins and my gourds and my face pumpkin people. So basically I got Michael's quality floral because they're always, I feel like they're a little bit fuller than what you get at Dollar Tree and less plasticky looking. I'm not talking any sort of crap on Dollar Tree because I love Dollar Tree. If you know, you know I love Dollar Tree. But these were 99 cents and their stuff is $1.25. And sometimes their fall stuff is a little sparse sometimes. But I get it. It's less expensive. So I'm not expecting some fancy situation. But I love a good deal and I love Dollar Tree. But we need to go to Dollar Tree. Should we go today? Maybe we should go. I'm going to run to this other HomeGoods really quick. Then we're going to go to Dollar Tree. Then I might stop back into, what am I trying to say? My mouth is moving faster than my brain today. I might stop into At Home to see if they put anything new out. But I'm probably the most excited about this floral situation. That I got a steal of a deal on this floral for my Mystical Magical Harvest table and for my witch dining room table. Because I'm so inspired by this dining room situation right now. I don't know what it is. Okay, then also we went over to HomeGoods, TJ Maxx Hybrid, and we saw what I was looking for. I have been hunting high and low for these. And Karen, Ghoul, Spooky Family Karen out there, Ghoul went out and found these Sesame Street sheets for me, for the boy. It's actually for Lucian, for his bed, because I got those Sesame Street. If you watch my haul, I got the Sesame Street figurines because I'm doing the boys' rooms in, or at least, because I don't know that they have crib sheets, but I'm at least doing Lucian's room and and the boys' bathrooms, like the shared bathroom, in Sesame Street Halloween. And like I got the figurines that are Sesame Street Halloween. Anyways, I've been looking high and low for the bed sheets. I've been looking everywhere, haven't seen any sign of them. And so Karen, Spooky Family Karen, went out, got Lucian some sheets and shipped them to me. So thank you, Karen, so much for doing that. Because I really, really wanted these sheets. Turns out I had a feeling it would happen this way because I've been searching high and low for these sheets. I've been going almost every day looking for these sheets, have seen absolutely nothing. And I go today, as soon as Karen ships these out, I go and they had all the different sheets. They had Sesame Street Halloween where they're trick-or-treating. And they also had Sesame Street where they're all wearing different costumes as all the different characters, even the count, which I was super excited about. Then they had their own count sheets, like just the count on the Halloween sheets. I am so excited about these. So I got the other ones that Karen didn't get me because I wanted all of them in case I have backups, because you never know with toddlers. You always need a little change of sheets just in case. Then for when Lachlan moves into his big boy bed, because I'm going to be doing Sesame Street Halloween in their rooms for a while because I want to get the most out of those figurines. So I got some for Lachlan for when he gets a little bit older and because I didn't see any crib sheets. So, yeah, I'm on the hunt for the crib sheets if they have them. I haven't seen them yet. Anyways, so I saw the Sesame Street sheets. I also saw the Haunted Manor looking sheets, the black and white ones that I got if you watch my Halloween haul. The black and white ones with the house, the spooky house, the cemetery gates, it's got all the like spider webs, the whole spooky situation, the ones I got for my bed this year. They had those. They also had some pumpkin ones with frames or bows. You guys, what do you think about all the bows this year? And I'm not just talking about the cutesy stuff, like the pink with the bows. To me, that makes a little more sense. They don't bother me. But I'm talking about bows on everything. Even the in-your-face Halloween stuff, even just black bows on things randomly that don't make any sense at all, or just bows with pumpkins, but they're not even cutesy. I can't get on board, you guys. I'm struggling with that one this year. I did not have bows on my Halloween 2025 bingo card, everybody. Anyways, so then we looked at some of the decor. They had a new cookie jar in the ceramic area. A lot of the ceramic stuff was kind of the same. They had a Nightmare Before Christmas cookie jar that I had never seen before, that had the big mountain with Jack and Sally on top and the whole thing. They had some new plates that I hadn't seen. Some really pretty floral and skull plates. Would be gorgeous with some of the pieces from Michael's, like a Haunted Manor ballroom kind of look. Oh, they also had this really cool glass lantern that had these black branchy situations, metal black branchy situations wrapping around it with bats hanging from the branches. Such a good all year round dark decor, gothic decor, or Halloween decor, however you're looking at it. And then they also had this kind of tiered candle with skeleton hand situation where you put candles in there, and some spider leg situation. And in the decor, they had a lot of the same. Lots of ghosties, lots of in-your-face Halloween, which I love to see. Lots of jack-o'-lanterns, jack-o'-lantern decor, stacked jack-o'-lanterns, vintage-looking jack-o'-lanterns, or just ceramic jack-o'-lanterns, resin jack-o'-lanterns, lots of classic Halloween. And wait, what am I just thinking? What just left my brain? Oh, they had these picture frames in just the plain picture frame area. So be checking the regular picture area, not just the Halloween area, because they had these really pretty floral looking picture frames with ghosty pictures on the inside. And the ghosty pictures were really kind of folky and old looking, dark cottage core kind of look. And oh, they were so cute. One had two little ghosties in front of a cottage. The other one was just a little ghostie alone in the woods, I think. But they were really cute. And anything else I'm missing, I'll show here. I think they had some bigger Halloween pieces. I saw like a big ghost, a big stack of jack-o'-lanterns. So they did have some bigger pieces. Did not see the ghost mirror, by the way. Didn't see any new towels or anything like that, or new blankets. But we did see what I was looking for. I found the Sesame Street Halloween sheets. Now I'm looking for the blankets, and I want to see if they have pillows. If they have pillows, I'm on the lookout. I want to do a whole Sesame Street Halloween bed. That would be amazing for Lucian's room. If I can do it, then I want to do it. And we'll put the whole thing together and do the whole shebang. We're here at HomeGoods 2.0. We're going to run in really quickly. Then we're going to hit Dollar Tree at home. And then that's going to be your day. It's starting to get freaking hot, everybody. Wonder what they're putting in there. Spirit Halloween. All right, Mr. Skeleton, it's starting to get freaking hot. A couple of new things in here. There was actually somebody in there like rushing to this ghost walking a dog. So they had not the huge one and not the small one we've seen, but like a middle-sized, like a mid-sized ghost walking a dog situation. They had, what else do they have in this area? They had a bunch of wreaths, which I hadn't seen yet. One was this kind of branchy looking wreath with this mossy situation and a skeleton inside. One was more of a fall vibe, but with skulls. So it was like skulls and pumpkins and floral. And then another one was the classic kind of ornament wreath with all the different ornaments. And then they had some big skeletons in here and like a couple of different ones in different colors. And yeah, just all the things we've kind of been seeing, but a couple of new things sprinkled in, but similar themes. There was kind of like a darker theme. There's more skulls and those types of things. And there's headless horsemen. They had a whole bunch of witches in pretty dresses, which I hadn't seen. I'd seen a couple sprinkled in, but they had a whole line of them at this store. Just a whole bunch of witches in pretty dresses. And they had all their ghosties and their pastel kind of stuff. Then they had a whole bigger area, like one big end cap area that had huge, like all the big things, the eyeball, the tombstones, the big cemetery gates, the skeletons and the tombstones, like all the different things we've kind of seen. The Frankenstein guy, like the cutesy Frankenstein. So a lot of repeats today, but also some new things. So I can't even be mad. I love seeing Halloween, so I have no complaints. I love HomeGoods Halloween, and I love seeing all the new little gems they put out. So we'll keep hunting at HomeGoods as long as they're putting it out. I did see my first Christmas decor piece today, everybody. I don't even want to, I want to erase it from my brain. But today was a huge success because I've been searching high and low for, as soon as I knew that they had the Sesame Street sheets, that they existed, I was so, like, I've been hunting for them. But I know that the resellers are hot and bothered about these Sesame Street sheets, but they have a lot of them. So it's not one of those things that's, you know, they're only putting one or two out, like the big ghost and the dog that one year, or, you know, some of the other pieces we've seen over the years where it's just like maybe even the mirrors, the ghost mirrors. What's going on? Where's this coming from? Oh. I feel like that's one of those pieces. They're not putting a ton of them out, so they're getting snatched up pretty quickly. We saw what I was looking for today. That was the main thing that I was looking for. That, and of course, Joanna Parker, which is becoming all the rage, which I knew she's, over the years, she's become more and more popular, which is what I thought was really strange about the manufacturer dropping Joanna Parker. I thought it was really, really strange because I feel like the Joanna Parker stuff has been more and more popular every year. And even more popular than, like, I think that they stopped doing it to do more character stuff, like Disney kind of stuff, Hello Kitty kind of stuff. And I'm like, Joanna Parker to me, I feel like is more popular than that stuff. But I hear you. I'm not running off the road. I was barely even close to the curb. What are we doing now? Oh, we're going to Dollar Tree, and I'm going to swing by At Home to see if they put anything new out. Okay, we're here at Dollar Tree. We're going to run in really quickly. It's still pretty early. We're going to run in and see if we got any spooky goods. Here we go. All right, we just left Dollar Tree. And I don't even know what I saw in there. But because I was so distracted by this speakerphone drama, I don't even know what just happened in there. So there was this person that was walking down the aisles on speakerphone with this person talking about this drama involving, I don't even know what I don't know. All I know is that the person was like, yeah, well, They're just miserable in their life. They're just miserable in their life. It has nothing to do with you. They're miserable, absolutely miserable. And I'm like, who's miserable? And then the other person was like, then I'm involved. Like, I am invested in this drama. Then you hear the person on the other line going, I know, but she's just my baby girl and nothing's going to change that. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Who's baby girl? What's happening now? But I did see some Halloween. First of all, we saw some stuff in the little dollar section. And all the Halloween stuff is $1.50, I think. All of it is, except for floral, I think, is $1.50. So they had these little skull trees. They had a couple of different skulls. They had one that was an oil slick look. Some vintage looking pieces. One was this little witch coming out of a pumpkin. And then another one was, or was it a cauldron? I can't remember. And then there was a ghosty one. Then they had some little candles, some little mini candles with spider webs. And then one had like a spooky house look and little melting, like fake melting wax. And then they had some pumpkins in here, some ceramic pumpkins in different colors. They had green, they had orange, they had blue. Then they also had some beige pumpkins, ceramic pumpkins, and some jack-o'-lantern decor in here. A lot of minis, like little small things in this area. So just little trinkets. So I feel like sometimes at Dollar Tree, we see the same things every year. I feel like this year we actually saw some new stuff in this area, so that was exciting. And then they had some little potion bottles. One said witch's brew. One said, I can't remember what the other one said, but they were just little potion bottles. Then in the $5 and up section, which is now I feel like $6 and up, because it was like $6 or $7 for a lot of these items. They had some more vintage looking, like inspired kind of stuff. They had a sign that had a witch flying on a broom. I think it was like one of those, it was like a little outdoor sign. And then they had some other outdoor signs that I was looking for and I missed out on them. They had one left. One single individual sign left, and you know I snatched it right up. It was $7, and it was like a stacked pumpkin with a witch hat kind of situation. But the other vintage looking ones, they have a skeleton one. I took a visual of the front of the box so you can see what they look like. So if you want to find them in your area, you can go look for them. They had a skeleton one. They had a ghosty one. And I can't remember. They had this jack-o'-lantern one. I can't remember what the other one was. But they have a really cool, the skeleton one is so cool. But they didn't really have many of them to begin with. They only had, probably one or two of each. And then they had some other decor in here. They had some candles with skulls, candles in the shape of pumpkins, candles. What were some of the other candles? Did they have a heart candle or a brain candle or something like that? Lots of different candles and candlesticks kind of stuff in this area. Water globes that had little various things inside. They had little cloches too that had spider webs and little skulls. I think one had little butterflies or moths or something in it. So they had little cloches in here and some pumpkins. They had little lanterns. One was like a bone looking lantern. And then they had these metal black houses that were really cool too. One had a bat in the front. So they had some metal black houses. They had, what else do they have in this area? Pumpkins, skeletons. They had a tiered tray looking thing. They had some blankets. They had a spiderweb blanket. And then the other one, I think, which just said different things like trick or treat or boo or different things. And then they also had some pillows. One said hocus pocus and was a cauldron. And the other one was a bat pillow. I believe it was a bat. And then they had cauldrons with bubbles coming out, or that you can, bubbles can come out of. And what other cauldron decor did they have? Was it like a drink dispenser? There was another cauldron thing, I think, in here. But I did get some stuff. I got some moss, some more moss for my spooky town. And I got, what else did I get? Is that it? I got some of these Lemonade Fest Sour Patch Kids, because I never found those lemonade rings this year at Cracker Barrel. I don't know that they got them in. I'm gonna have one really quickly before we go into at home. I'm sitting in the parking lot sweating. Anyways, that was a whole event, but I'm glad we went because we saw some Halloween. I can't wait to see the wall decor signs this year, because it looks like they're doing, like, Dollar Tree is doing some vintage stuff. Oh man, these are so good. What's the blue lemonade? Blue raspberry lemonade. These are all so sour and good. Nothing beats Sour Patch Kids on a nice summer day. These are sour. Exactly how I like it. Anyways, we're here at home. I'm going in. All right, at home, we're coming for you. It's so freaking hot that my legs, like when I got out of the car, it was wet on my seat from sweat marks. Not because I peed my pants, everybody, because of sweat marks. We saw a couple of new things at home. First of all, they still don't have Spooky Town. I don't know if the store's just not gonna get it in. The closest I saw for in-store pickup was up north, but this store isn't always the best about posting their in-store pickup. So I don't know, but I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna get, maybe they're not gonna get it. Because I've been looking for the Spooky Town. But they did have a couple of new things. First of all, they had the crow lamp out in the flesh. I've only seen it in the box. They had it out. It's really cute. They had a couple of new ghoulish garden looking things. They had a turtle with a skull shell, and they had a little cactus guy there. They also had the most beautiful big ol' urn thing filled with floral, like a fall floral, like a cabbage looking thing, and then all this greenery. It was beautiful. It looked like a whole witchy situation. And then what else did I see in this area? Oh, I saw, okay, so last year they had that bust that had the half zombie face. If you remember, it was all the rage and it was real small, and some people complained that it was a little too small and that the quality wasn't what they thought. Well, they listened. This is the one thing I love about At Home. They listened to us spooky people out there, because they had the bust back and it was bigger and beautiful. And I loved the statue this year. I loved it more than last year, actually. And then they also had a skull planter with some faux plants in there that was more of a gothic look. They had some stuff in their own little kind of spooky town they put out, their own little version. Then they had some towels, some spooky towels in here. They had some pink towels. One said boo, one had a spider web situation with hearts. They had some in-your-face Halloween ones that were orange. It said Happy Halloween with candy corns. They had a skeleton one with bow ties. They had a, what were some of the, a red one, or no, it was a spider web one with a red heart spider thing. They also had some table runners. They had one that was kind of a dark feel. It had a bat on, like a beaded bat. Anything else I'm missing, I'll show here. But we did see a couple of new things that were really, oh, I saw some incense burners. One was a skull with the smoke comes out of the skull's eyes. And then the other one was a tombstone. And those were really cool. And that's just an example of some of the things that they haven't put out yet, that they sprinkle out that are actually really cool. I really liked those incense burners. And oh my gosh, the back of my legs, I'm sweating so bad, you guys. Anything else I'm missing, I'll show here. Mainly, I was there to pick up some pumpkins for my harvest table. I'm getting into my harvest table now. So, but I did see some new things while I was there, and they had a whole spooky display going on, and it was beautiful. But still no Maxx Spooky Town there. So that's it for today. We went out on the hunt. We saw Halloween. We saw some things we were looking for, but now I gotta go home. So I'll see ya when I see ya. Hey everyone, it is another day. Are we in the visual, Mr. Skeleton? It is another day Halloween decor hunting with me and good old Mr. Skeleton. It is another freaking hot day. And it was not supposed to be hot today. It has been in the 70s as the high the last couple of days. 60s at night. It has been so beautiful. And guess what I didn't do? I did not Halloween hunt one single individual one of those days. So it is now freaking hot again. And we're back out on the hunt. And we've got a big day today, a long day today. And I'm going to turn the camera off here in a second because I'm going to hop on the highway. I am driving all the way out, like 45 minutes away, to track down this Spooky Town set situation at home. Because I'm pretty sure my store, I don't know if they're only getting it at certain stores locally, because none of the other local stores have it in stock. But this one store has gotten 2 stocks of it. I missed out on the first round. Just saw they restocked. So I put in an online, what am I trying to say? Online order for pickup. And ouch, I just freaking elbowed my water bottle or whatever this thing is. This huge Stanley Cup situation. And now we're going to go pick it up all the way out by the airport. And then while we're out there, I figured we could stop by a HomeGoods that we haven't been to yet and anything else we run into. We'll see where the spooky wind blows us. Then on the way home, I thought about stopping somewhere we've never been before. I've never put it on Halloween decor hunting. Not everyone has this store. I think it's just in the Midwest. I could be wrong. But it's called Nebraska Furniture Mart. It's a furniture store, like furniture, decor, and appliance store. It's huge. And yeah, we're gonna go there, see if they have any, well, Spooky Family posted on Facebook. There's Spooky Family who works there that posted on Facebook they got in their Halloween, and they have these really cute back candles. And I know I already got the back candles from HomeGoods. I haven't been able to find them again. So, and I need more than 2. So I might try to mix the bats. I feel like it might actually look cute. So I think we're gonna do that. What is going on with traffic? Oh no, no. What is this? Anyways, on the way home, we're gonna hit there and the other HomeGoods. And then I was gonna stop by Sam's Club to see if Sam's had anything out. I went last week. I'm not sure if I'm gonna post that day because we really didn't see a whole lot of new stuff at all. And then we didn't see anything at Sam's Club. So, it was mainly kind of like a HomeGoods Michaels day, but I didn't see any new Michaels. So I want to stop by a Michaels today if I can, if I see one. And if not, then we'll stop by a different day this week. But don't try to get over. What are you doing? Stop. It's traffic. Stop getting over. It's like a whole semi truck that's like 500 cars long trying to get over in traffic. Like, no. And then I don't know where else the spooky wind will blow us. But that's the plan for today. I'm hunting for a couple of things. I'm hunting for, well, the Spooky Town I'm going to go pick up. But I wanted to see if they also had the new mushroom decor at home that I've been seeing. It's like a spooky little mushroom situation. And then I also wanted to look for these ghosty candles that are dupes of the Pottery Barn ghost candles, but they're white. They're like a stark white, and the Pottery Barn candles are like an off-white, where the stark white goes more with my decor. So I'm looking for those. And what else am I looking for? Oh, Sesame Street blankets for Lucian's bed, like Sesame Street Halloween blankets, not just good old Sesame Street blankets, but the Halloween ones. Then I'm looking for, what else am I looking for? There's something else. I don't know how much hunting I'm doing this week because we've got all of our spooky launches going on. We're going to be shipping out a bunch of shirts and working a lot on that. So this might be the only day I make it out, or I'll just do small trips throughout the week. I'm not sure yet. I really want to go fancy decor hunting, but I'm not sure. I looked on like the stores, all the different stores, to see what was in stock in store. A lot of the stuff doesn't have stuff. A lot of the stores didn't have anything in stock yet. So I'm just going to keep a lookout for that. Last year we went around this time. I think it was end of July, early August, and they didn't quite have everything out yet. So I might wait till the end of the week or closer to back to school and see what they have out. But I really want to go check out the fancy stores. Mainly with the fancy stores, I've been doing a lot of online shopping, and I need to do a haul because, man, the fancy stores got me this year. They got me good. They got me good. So, dang, they've gotten me good. Last night I was on West Elm, and they put out, like, well, no, I wasn't on West Elm. I was on Facebook, scrolling through the Facebook group, and an ad popped up for West Elm. And there was this cat bowl. And it's like this scaredy cat, vintage looking scaredy cat bowl that is so, it's such an all year round weird decoration. Not weird, it's not weird. It's really cool. But it's kind of got that look to it that I feel like is so good for all year round and Halloween. Because I think it would go well with my canisters. It's a bowl. It's like a cat bowl. It's so cool. Oh, my Halloween budget is not budgeting this year, you guys. It is not. All right, Mr. Skeleton, we made it finally to at home. And now we're here to get our spooky town and see what else they have. All right, Mr. Skeleton, we just left at home. We secured the spooky goods, everyone. We got our spooky town officially. Lord, that took an entire day, basically. Anyways, saw a couple of new things in there, but really not a whole lot. Like, it didn't look that much different than the store in my area. But they did have Spooky Town, so I did get some visuals. They had the cinema, they had the video store, they had the witch cottage, they had this spider cafe thing, and a ghost house. And the gingerbread cottage and the ghost house actually go more with some of my themes I'm developing. But I didn't know if I liked the look of the witch house. I don't know. I'm probably going to regret it. Just had a lot more bright colors and stuff. Okay. Sorry, just was getting a text message from Lucian's speech therapist. Did have a couple of new things in case, and if you don't even care about Spooky Town, you're like, cool, get on with it. They did have a couple of new things I haven't seen yet. I don't know if this was a Halloween thing or if they just brought some of their plants into the Halloween area, but they had these spiral plants, like these spiral Edward Scissorhand looking plants. They had these cool pots they came in with this face on it, but I don't know if it was regular or if it is Halloween. So, but I got a visual of it anyways because it was in their kind of ghoulish garden area. Then I saw a ghost on a swing. So apparently all the rage this year is this ghost on a swing thing. I've been seeing them everywhere. Like everyone's looking for these ghosts on swings. And hold on, I need to find a TJ Maxx somewhere around here. Anyways, let's pick that one. I don't know where we're going. I don't know where it's taking us, but here we go. Okay, hold on. We're not ready yet. But these ghosts on swings. I've seen the ones from TJ Maxx, well, not in the flesh, but on like videos and stuff and photos on the Facebook group. But I haven't seen the ghost on a swing at home. But they have one there. But I don't know if it's what everyone's looking for, if it's the style that people are liking or whatnot. But they have a ghost on a swing there. And so I saw that. And what else do we see? I didn't really see anything else new. Anything else, though, that I saw, I'll show you a visual here. But we've pretty much seen, I mean, I feel like At Home gets a second round, not of necessarily a ton of new items, but they will restock usually some popular items and get a couple of new items in usually in August. So, but usually it's around now. So I don't know if we'll see another round. I don't know what we're going to see, but, yeah, I feel like we've seen all there is to see At Home, but I really wanted, I wanted those freaking Spooky Towns. I can't help it, you guys. I drove 500 years to get those Spooky Towns because I'm desperate. Okay. Anyway, so now we're going to some TJ Maxx. I don't even know where we're going. Okay, lady. You're going to hear my lady talking because I have no idea where I'm going out here. Not one single individual clue. No idea. So we're just going to follow what this lady says, where she tells us to go. We're going to find a TJ Maxx out here. So I really want to go to this TJ Maxx. I at least want to hit these TJ Maxx and HomeGoods stores today because I don't get a chance to get out here very often. The last time I was out here was with Voltaire like 3 years ago. So I want to check some stores that I never get to see and see if there's anything that, I haven't found yet or anything that's on my list. Did I miss it? No, I didn't. 0.3 miles. Okay, so it's coming up quick. Where is it? And then we're going to go out to Nebraska Furniture Mart and we're going to go to that HomeGoods because I don't make it really out there. I mean, I go there sometimes, but not a lot. So I usually stay in my neck of the woods because that way I can be close to my little cubs. We're going on a spooky adventure today, everyone. Where it takes us, I have actually no clue. Like, I have no idea where I'm at right now. Oh, wait, am I there? Am I in the right spot? Oh, no. U-turn. Here? I missed my turn. Lord! I don't even know where I'm going. Where am I going? Where is this taking me? I didn't see 152 East. Where was it? Where am I going now? Tell me. Left?
In 500 feet.
There's no sign. Oh, there it is. One little tiny sign. That's all I got. Well, where do I go? How do I get on there?
Turn left to take the Missouri 152 East route.
There was no sign. Literally no sign to be found. That was ridiculous. Okay, everybody, here we go. Hopefully I'm going down the right side of the road. Mr. Skeleton, sir, we cannot drive when we don't know where we're going. And on top of that, I've got Kansas plates, and nothing annoys Missouri drivers more than when somebody is a bad driver with Kansas plates. And it works the other way around too. Bad drivers with Missouri plates on the Kansas side We're just here to get our spooky town, everyone. We're just here to get our spooky town, Missouri. So, okay, At Home has some really good looking fall pumpkins, and the prices are comparable to HomeGoods. So I was here thinking HomeGoods and TJ Maxx / Marshalls, all those places, had the cheaper prices, and sometimes they do, but like on some of their stuff. But when it comes to their pumpkins, At Home, their pumpkins, the prices are comparable to, actually pretty similar, if not right on the dot, with HomeGoods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, because I was looking at their pumpkins. I'm trying to put together this harvest table for my post-Halloween mystical magical harvest table, and I was at Home, and I was thinking, well, maybe HomeGoods, they hadn't put out their pumpkins yet, but I just saw them, they put them out finally in my area. But I was like, oh, HomeGoods hasn't put out their pumpkins yet. They'll probably be cheaper, so I'm going to hold out. But I kept in mind the prices. And then I went to HomeGoods. I was like, wait a minute. These prices are basically the same for the same sizes, colors, all those types of things. So they're very comparable. So if you don't see what you're looking for at HomeGoods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, check At Home, because they had some mystical magical looking pumpkins with like some cute looking stems and shapes and stuff for around the same prices as At Home, or no, sorry, HomeGoods, TJ Maxx, those places. So I just wanted to put that out there in case you're looking for some harvesty or just some pumpkins to put out with your jack-o'-lanterns and stuff for Halloween time. They've got some good pumpkins. Okay, now where do we go? Oh, I'm gonna have to go left. Now you tell me. Lord. We're here at TJ Maxx. This is a standalone store, which is kind of nice. Mr. Skeleton. Oh my gosh, I've got to haul balls, you guys. I thought I was going to be able to go to a bunch of places, but turns out, no, we got to get to where we got to get. It's 2 o'clock already. How did that even happen? Okay, hold on. Let me get back to where we're going. Oh, and I didn't pee in there. This is going to be miserable. We just went to TJ Maxx, and that TJ Maxx, I saw things in there that I've been looking for, things in there, like it wasn't even a huge selection. They just had exactly what I was looking for. They had some Joanna Parker I was looking for. They had some new pieces I hadn't seen before. They had a blanket I was looking for. They had a bunch of stuff there. So let's start with, well, first of all, they had a bunch of stuff that I wasn't looking for, but I hadn't seen yet. They had a bunch of Frankenstein looking pieces. They had like the bust that we see every year. They had the Bride of Frankenstein bust we see every year there. And then they had the Frankenstein head that we saw last year with the sparkly, glittery looking floral stuff coming out. So some repeats in here. I'll just go ahead and show those first, because like, or a lot of the same kind of stuff we've been seeing. So they had like some ghosties and spooky houses and stuff. They did have a new jack-o'-lantern, like it was like a scary looking jack-o'-lantern dude I hadn't seen yet. They also had a mirror. It looked like it had 2 reapers, or it looked like little reapers on either side, and the mirror lit up. They had some stacked cake looking things with eyeballs that lit up. And then they had one of the gauzy looking ghosts that I showed in one of my hauls. I got a smaller one. They had the huge one there, and it was big. It was a huge, they had 2 of them. They also had this lamppost looking thing. It was a lamppost with a ghost wrapped around it. And they had, oh, another thing that I had seen that was really cool. They had this framed piece with a witch flying on a broom. So they had that there. They had, a Joanna Parker mummy bowl. So it was a little bowl, mummy bowl. That was Joanna Parker. And then, what else do they have in this area? Oh, they had these really cool candlestick, LED candles, like candlestick candle situations with faces on them. They were kind of this mystical, magical, Beauty and the Beast meets Halloween meets, I don't know. I'm thinking of my witch table. When I saw these candles, I was like, oh my gosh, these would go on my witch table. And I hadn't seen these yet. They had some blankets. They had one blanket that would have, oh, it had all these framed monsters on it. So it had Frankenstein, a mummy, like classic looking monsters in frames. They also had this blanket I was looking for that had kind of that, so you know the sheets that I got, if you watched my Halloween haul, I got these sheets that kind of have this spooky manor look to them. They've got branches and cemetery gates and all sorts of bats, all different things. They had the matching blankets like throw for the bed. So I thought about, or couch or wherever I want to put it. But they had that there. It's black and white, really pretty, fancy kind of blanket. They had a couple other blankets that I hadn't seen yet. One was in your face Halloween, jack-o'-lantern, spider webs, all the things. Another one was pink with skulls, I believe. And what else did they have in this area? Am I missing something else? Another blanket that they had? Anyways, they had some spooky blankets we hadn't seen yet. Then in the kitchen area, they had some marble Halloween. They were so pretty. They were Lazy Susans, marble Lazy Susans, and they were huge. One was white with bats. The other one had spider webs. It was a little bit smaller, had spider webs. And then they had a smaller rectangular one that wasn't a Lazy Susan that had the bats. Oh, they had some silver plates, like serving plates. One was, or serving trays or whatnot. They had one that was a ghost, and then one that was a bat. And those are really pretty too. And basically all their kitchen stuff was so good, or their little serving partyware kind of spooky kitchen stuff. And then they also had some spooky straws, some metal straws, like reusable straws, and anything else. What else am I missing in here? They had some candles. They had some new candles I hadn't seen yet. One was a witch where you take off her hat and there's a candle inside. One was a really pretty looking tombstone, or no, coffin. Was it a coffin? I think it was a coffin. A stone color, so it almost looked like a tombstone. And then they had like an angel and devil one. They had a Frankenstein candle. They had, the witch hand candle holders, little candlestick holders with the witch hands and the little pumpkins. And they had some other candlestick holders with skulls. And what else do we see in here? Just some different candles, candlestick holders, all the candle things. But I didn't see any LED candles in here. So we're going to have to look at HomeGoods when we go to this HomeGoods up here. But yeah, they had some spooky goods that I hadn't seen yet. I wish I could have gone to the Marshalls and the HomeGoods out here. But I had to get out of here because I'm going to have to make it home and in time to pick up Lucian. Anyways, we should have stopped for a Baja Blast because you know I'm parched, everybody. So we're cruising now. I think we're gonna go to Nebraska Furniture Mart. Then we're gonna cruise over to HomeGoods. Then I gotta run to Sam's really quickly. I'm hoping I can get that done in 2 hours and get home. Fingers crossed. Here we come, Nebraska Furniture Mart. All right, here we are, sweating at Nebraska Furniture Mart. All right, just left Nebraska Furniture Mart. And they had some spooky goods. They had a cute little display, like a couple of different displays in one large display area. And they had a lot of different really cute things. They had this little mantle set up that was so cute. Had little pictures, like these little pictures. One had Frankenstein. One was a cat. One was a little ghosty, like a fringy looking ghosty. Then they had some garland, and then they had some felt looking garland stuff. Oh God, what was that? Everything's falling everywhere. Anyways, they had some spooky things in this area. We saw the bat candles. They were $8.99, which I do not think is too bad because they were good sized candles. They had some martini glasses, or were they wine glasses? I thought they were martini glasses with snakes as the stems. They had some, what else did they have in this area? Oh, they had a couple of different water globes. They had a jack-o'-lantern one, they had a skull one, and then they had a witch one. And there was also another water globe that was in the shape of a witch hat and had this purple glittery kind of situation. They had, speaking of witches, they had a whole little witchy area. They had this chip and dip bowl situation that was the witch hat. And then what else did they have? What other little witchy items did they have in here? I think they had a witch riding a bike, like the Wicked Witch. And they had some other little witchy items in here. They also had a little area that had some bats. Like they had this really cool bat planter, everybody. It's like the perfect mix of cute meets spooky, but it was a planter that hangs upside down and it's a bat. That was super cute. And then they had a little bat on a stand, and they had some ghosty mugs. What other mugs did they have? Oh, they had a skeleton cat mug. They also had a ghost lantern. They had some little plates, a bat plate and a ghost plate. They also had some, what else did they have? Oh, they had a bunch of little wood decor pieces. One was a raven, and what I really liked about these pieces, all the different ones they had, I'll show them all here. You could turn them around and they had the print on both sides. And they also had some skull pieces. They had a black skull piece. They had a glittery water globe skull piece. And I think another one in this area too. And then they had some gingerbread looking houses, some little ones. And yeah, a bunch of cute spooky, some little signs that said Happy Halloween. And just various tabletop decor. They also had a couple of pillows. One pillow said Happy Halloween. One said Stay Spooky. Another one had a big bat on it. They had some pillows in here. But they had some really cute Halloween stuff that I haven't seen yet. I've never seen Halloween at Nebraska Furniture Mart. I did hear some people, this couple of ladies walking by the Halloween area, they were like, oh my gosh, Halloween's almost getting bigger than Christmas. I don't even know why. And I'm like, what? That's okay. More for us, everybody. All right, anyways, we're here at HomeGoods. I've got 15 minutes in this store. Don't let me go over. We're going in. All right, we're here at HomeGoods. Man, I hope they have a beverage in here. Oh. It was not supposed to be this hot today, y'all. This is Halloween. Woo, it's freaking hot. So much for being 82 degrees today. It's 88. After the last couple days have been so nice, it feels horrible. All right, let's talk about, okay, we left HomeGoods and then I went what am I talking about? It's done. We're done. Stick a fork in us, Mr. Skeleton. We went to HomeGoods. Oh my HomeGoods. That HomeGoods was good. It was so good. Like, so good. They had pretty much everything I was looking for, and then things I wasn't even looking for that and then I didn't end up buying it because I've been trying so hard this year, guys. I've been trying so hard because, okay, I'll just tell you what I saw first. Okay, first of all, the things that I saw that I was looking for, they had the ghost candles. They had 2 sets of them. So I snagged those as quickly as humanly possible. One of them has a little bit of a dent on his head or like a little bit of a scratch, but I'm not even worried about it. Whatever, it'll look a little more weathered. The sheet is a little dirtier, but no big deal. They had those. I was so excited. So then they also had the Sesame Street blankets I was looking for. One that was like a grayish, looks like clouds and gray, and then it had the different faces of all the characters, and then bats and pumpkins and ghosts mixed in there. And then they also had a gray one that had all the different characters trick-or-treating that matched the sheets. Anyway, so we got our Sesame Street blanket, we secured the spooky goods, and we got our ghost candles I was looking for. Then they also had, oh my gosh, their dishware was so good. And again, I am so maxed out on dishware. I'm so bummed because they had this dish. There wasn't even a set. It was just the big plates, the big dinner plates. They had this spooky house situation with a witch. Was she flying on a broom? I'm just going to say she was. But there was a witchy situation, a spooky house situation. Then around the border of the plate, it was beautiful and intricate looking. Oh, they were beautiful. They also had a big picture, a couple of really big pictures. One of them had a skeleton or skull design. And the other one was the crow with, was it a jack-o'-lantern? Crow and a jack-o'-lantern or pumpkin or something. I don't know. But it was beautiful. They had gorgeous plateware. That one plate with the spooky house was so good. And then they also had a spooky house casserole dish that had a bunch of spooky houses, and then it had a spooky house on top. And I wanted to get it so bad, but I am maxed out. Once again, I am out of space for my spooky casserole dishes because I've been collecting over the years. So I have pretty much every kind except for a circular one, and guess what I saw there? A circular one, except I didn't really like what it said on it, but I loved the bats on the outside, and then it said sweet and spooky, I think, it said on it, and I wasn't crazy about that, so I passed it up. Probably gonna regret that too. And I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of regrets this year. I'm having a lot of FOMO because there are a lot of things that I'm really loving. Can I go straight here? Okay. And it was so hard for me to get the visuals at this HomeGoods because everything was kind of spread out, but there was a person down every single aisle, and they were being, okay, I feel like there are 2 types of aisle people. There are the bossy aisle people who stand their ground. I'm not even judging. There's no right or wrong way to be in the aisle. It's just the type of personality you are, I think. So there's the I'm not going anywhere, even if you were here first type. Or the I'm not going anywhere because I was here type. That might be two different types, I feel like. But regardless, there's a little bit more of an assertive personality in the aisles. And then there's the passive person in the aisles that's like, okay, I was here first, but my bad, sorry, like I'll move out of your way kind of thing, you know what I mean? You're just kind of like, and not, I don't mean passive aggressive because that's a whole other type, I think, but I mean like the truly passive, like, okay, sorry, and then you turn your whole cart around in the aisle and go the other direction and like do this like back up and push forward kind of maneuver, and it's just a disaster, but you don't want to be in anyone's way. That's me. That's my type. I'm the passive person. So I feel bad if I'm filming and somebody's shopping, even though I'm shopping too, technically, because I'm still looking for stuff, but I'm also filming and I feel bad because I don't want to interrupt anyone else's experience. But then also, I'm like that in general. Even if I'm not filming, if somebody's down an aisle, I'm like, oh, sorry, my bad. Like, I always, like, but I'm always in the aisle with the assertive person. It's never a fellow passive person. It's always an assertive person. It never happens the other way. So anyway, and anytime I've tried to be the assertive person, it never works out in my favor. The other person like stands their ground. They are there, they are not moving, and it's like a game of wait it out. And I'm like, okay, I don't have time for this. And eventually I just am like, sorry, my bad, and I leave. Anyways, so if you know, you know. Let me know in the comments. Are you the assertive type? Again, there's no right or wrong answer. I don't judge you either way. I think it's just personality. I don't think anything of the assertive person. I don't think they're a jerk or anything. It just, they're assertive. They're just there. They're not moving. Bottom line is, I could barely get any visuals because people kept coming down the aisles and coming down the aisles. And then there's one person on the same path. We were on the same HomeGoods trajectory, and we were going down the same aisles and everything, so I could hardly stop. So I got what I got, and that's what I did. I tried to get what I could. But anyways, they had some really cute dishware, bakeware. Oh, it was so cute. And stuff we hadn't seen yet. I feel like this is the time right now where a lot of the decor stuff starts slowing down. Even though we did see some decor, I'll show it here as we're talking because I did see some stuff. A lot of the same kind of stuff, and it was very crammed. I couldn't pull anything out to get visuals because everything was gonna fall out. So I just got the visuals I could. But I feel like this is the time of year where the ceramic stuff, the plateware, dishware, all that kind of stuff. Oh, thanks, dude. Somebody just flicked something in the street and I ran over it, so hopefully I don't get a flat tire. What were we talking about? That right now is when all the good dishware is coming out. And I feel like a lot of the decor starts slowing down a little bit, but not necessarily, just we're not seeing a lot of new stuff. And then we see a lot, although I did see a couple of new things. I saw some mirrors that were really pretty. They have the coolest intricate frames. I'm not a huge fan of the sayings on there. One of them said, "Home Sweet Haunted Home," and the other one said something about "Welcome my pretties," or something about my pretties. And then there was another one, but I couldn't get a good look at it because it was all crammed in. If I even thought about moving it, oh no, this guy's flicking rocks at everybody. I hate this. I hate this. Let me over. God, put the cover on your freaking truck, man. Also, a side note, I know some of you might not want to hear this, but it was Joanna Parker, so I want to mention it because I know there are a lot of Joanna Parker fans out here. I saw some Joanna Parker Thanksgiving stuff, just little guys with little lids. I'll show it really quickly because just in case you're a Joanna Parker person and you're looking for it, you'll know they exist. But they had the turkey, they had an owl, I believe, a fox, and what was the other guy? I don't remember, but there was another guy. Anyways, back to Halloween. They had a bunch of Halloween stuff. So many popular pieces at this HomeGoods. They had the jack-o'-lantern stool. They had some really cool ghosty pieces. They had those ghosty candles. I don't even know what else I saw in there, but I didn't see the ghost on a swing or anything of that nature that people are looking for. But a lot of other pieces, and I didn't see the ghost mirror, but a lot of other pieces that people are looking for or have been enjoying, at least talking about on the Facebook group. They had pretty much everything there. It was such a good selection. They had some Hello Kitty pillows. They had a bunch of plushy things. But I'm trying to have some self-control because there are so many other things. Like, there's so much good stuff this year. So much good stuff. Like, I can't even, this is probably like the most overwhelming year yet. And I haven't even been to Michael's yet to see the whole thing in all of its glory. We need to go there. I might need to go tomorrow morning. I don't know when I'm going to go. But I feel like this year has been the most overwhelming year because there's so much to see. But there's also so much good stuff out there as far as all year round dark decor, Halloween decor. And I don't know. It's just so good. Everything is so good. Man, it's good.